Raider Nation, if you cannot feel the absolute electricity in the air right now, you need to check your pulse because our defense just turned into an absolute nightmare for the rest of the league. We just locked down 3 absolute game changers, including a massive steal in Quay Walker and the return of a homegrown pass-rushing monster. The blueprint is finally coming together, and the rest of the NFL is officially on notice. Before we break down exactly how lethal this new defense is going to be, absolutely smash that like button, share this video with every fan you know, and subscribe to the channel right now so you never miss a breaking update. We have to talk about what is happening behind the scenes because the front office is cooking up something truly special. If you take a step back and look at the master plan John Spytek is executing right now, it is nothing short of brilliant. We are not handing out bloated, 6-year mega contracts that cripple the salary cap. We are not making the classic mistake of paying a guy for past production, like giving a massive bag to someone like Christian Wilkins in year 6 and hoping he does not decline. That old way of doing business is completely gone. Are we actually witnessing the smartest front office transformation in modern football history? Because what we are doing instead is targeting legitimately high-level football players whose absolute best days are still ahead of them. You look at guys around the league like Tyler Linderbaum or Jalen Naylor, guys who are incredibly young with their peak years still on the horizon. That is exactly the mold we are going after now. And that brings me directly to Quay Walker. I know fans have varying opinions on him, and that is totally fine. Everyone evaluates talent differently. But when I turn on the tape and watch Quay Walker, I see an absolute athletic freak. I see a linebacker who is violently explosive, incredibly fast, laterally quick, and physically imposing. There is a very specific reason this man was selected 22nd overall in the NFL draft. He is a phenomenal football player. Sure, some critics will argue he has not fully lived up to that first-round billing yet, but let us be brutally honest here. A massive percentage of draft picks never become Hall of Fame superstars. What we are getting is a highly productive, incredibly dangerous defender who fits exactly what we need. The upside with Walker is completely through the roof. You have to remember the coaching connection here. Rob Leonard has incredible experience coaching linebackers. He worked under Mike Macdonald when Macdonald was orchestrating that terrifying Baltimore Ravens defense. Leonard knows exactly how to maximize this specific type of athlete. This defensive scheme is going to feature a ton of simulated pressures, complex blitz packages, and deceptive creeper calls. To execute that at a high level, you need a linebacker who can process fast and move even faster. Quay Walker is going to absolutely feast in this system. He is a very solid run defender, but where he truly shines is with his elite movement skills and pass coverage. If you dive into his film, you constantly see him disrupting passing lanes and making life miserable for opposing quarterbacks. He has the speed to blitz and the fluidity to drop into zone coverage seamlessly. You do not always need a linebacker who is a historic run-stuffer if they can cover like a defensive back. Just look at how valuable guys like Robert Spillane have been. That is the exact type of modern impact Walker brings to the table. But the front office did not just stop there. They went out and paired him with another absolute dog by signing Nakobe Dean to a 3-year, $36 million contract. Question of the day. Do you think paying $12 million a year for Nakobe Dean is an absolute steal or a massive overpay? Let me know your exact thoughts down in the comments right now because I am reading every single one. Personally, I think Nakobe Dean is a spectacular addition. We are talking about a guy who was the emotional leader and a relentless tackling machine for the Philadelphia Eagles. He routinely put up games with 12 or more tackles. He is a phenomenal run defender who is also highly capable in passing situations. Think about the massive upgrade this is. We are transitioning from older, slower, traditional linebackers to young, explosive heat-seeking missiles who can run, cover, and lay massive hits. Your linebackers set the entire physical tone for your defense, and we just acquired 2 absolute tone setters. Nakobe Dean brings that high football IQ and leadership, while Quay Walker brings that raw, unteachable physical dominance. I fully expect both of these guys to be our starting linebackers week 1. It also puts guys like Tommy Eichenberg and Cody Lindenberg on high alert. The message is clear: Elevate your game right now, or you will be off this roster very soon. This financial strategy is beautiful. We are essentially taking the hypothetical $35 to $40 million you would spend on one singular massive contract and spreading it out to acquire 4 or 5 legitimate, high-impact starters. We are paying guys like Eric Stokes, Nakobe Dean, Quay Walker, and Malcolm Koonce reasonable, manageable contracts. Speaking of which, let us talk about the absolute best news of the day. We officially re-signed Malcolm Koonce to a 1-year, $11 million contract. When I saw the massive payday QuidyPay got, and the $25 million ODAF secured, my stomach dropped. I honestly assumed Koonce was going to be priced out of our market. I would have been absolutely devastated to see him walk because his best football is still waiting to be unleashed. I have been aggressively pounding the table for Malcolm Koonce since his rookie season. Do you remember that preseason game against the Jacksonville Jaguars where he absolutely humiliated their starting left tackle on just 9 snaps? The raw pass rushing talent was glaringly obvious from day one, much like it was with Max Crosby. Koonce just needed the right opportunity. For years, the league obsessed over massive, heavy-handed edge setters like Tyree Wilson. But the game has shifted. Teams now realize the immense value of explosive, bendy edge rushers like Koonce who can relentlessly terrorize the pocket. When Antonio Pierce finally gave him the green light to start, Koonce proved exactly who he is. He was an absolute menace for those 9 games. And the tragedy is, right when he was fully primed to take over the league, the ACL tear robbed him of his season. But this is the ultimate prove-it deal. $11 million is an incredible bargain for us, and it gives Koonce the perfect platform. If he goes out this year and racks up 12 or 13 sacks, he is going to secure a massive $35 million bag next offseason. I am so incredibly hyped he is staying home. When you step back and look at the entire defensive depth chart, it is beautifully coming together. In the secondary, we traded for Taron Johnson to lock down the slot. We have Eric Stokes on one side, and likely Darian Porter on the other, with guys like Q Blue Kelly and Greedy Vance providing serious depth. We still need to finalize the safety room, but having Jeremy Chin dominating as the strong safety is a massive piece of the puzzle. We just need to find that true elite free safety to pair with him, because I am not completely sold on Isaiah Polamau being the full-time answer just yet. And that brings us to the most exciting draft scenario imaginable. Just picture this. With multiple offensive tackles, quarterbacks, and wide receivers projected to fly off the board in the first 13 picks, especially with players like Jeremiah Love making noise, there is a very realistic, incredibly shocking chance that Caleb Downs falls right into our laps at pick 14. Caleb Downs might legitimately be the best overall football player in this entire draft class. If we add a generational talent like Downs to a secondary with Taron Johnson and Eric Stokes, behind a linebacker duo of Quay Walker and Nakobe Dean, and a defensive front featuring QuidyPay, Malcolm Koonce, Adam Butler, Thomas Booker, and Tonka Hemingway. That is how you build a championship-caliber bullion defense. It is not a perfectly finished product yet, but the relentless improvement is undeniable. We are taking massive, highly strategic steps forward. If Malcolm Koonce returns to form, if the young guys develop, and if we strike gold in the draft, this defense is going to be incredibly dangerous. I am absolutely fired up about the direction of this franchise. Let me know what you guys think about every single one of these moves in the comments, drop a thumbs up on the video, make sure you are subscribed, and I will see you guys next time with another massive update.